Hey, good evening everybody and welcome to this game. My opponent for this game will be Joviansky with 114 wins. And hello again and welcome to Shakira's Plateau. As you can see, I am the blue Zerg, Largoplz spawning in the top left position. And on the other side, in the top right position, we have Joviansky. Joviansky, yeah, that's right. Spawning as the red Terran, so this will be a CVT. Well, it's better than CVC. Well, everything is better than CVC, so yeah. CVT and CVP, it's quite the same. I do enjoy them both. I'm not comfortable with playing CVC yet, but I will get there someday. And as you know, last game I was playing in Sochak Cup against Jelly. It was earlier today. I think it was Jelly or Jolly. Something like that, I don't know right now, but I'm happy anyway. And after that I actually had to study quite a lot today. So this is my final game for the evening. It is currently just after midnight. And that took a while to say, because I actually had to check the time. And I'm going up tomorrow, so the only one game played after that game, and I am going for the early expand there. And I actually read a very annoying story. I think was it called Japanese Supper or something like that, and it was a quite nice story. It's a short story about a Japanese guy coming back from America and is visiting his father, and his father's company has went out. It broke, it crashed or something. I don't really read that closely. And his business partner did commit suicide and kill his whole family. And he was told this young guy. He was told that from his father. And his mother actually died from eating. I don't really know if I remember the name. Fuyu. Something that fish they have in Japan, very delicious, but if you cut it just a little wrong you will actually die. It is very poisonous, but it's still some strange tradition they have there. So yeah, his mother was poisoned by that and died, and later on his father was serving some kind of stew with fish in it, and it never said it. He just said, oh, it's just fish. And I was so sure he actually poisoned both himself, his daughter and his son, that father. But it ended while they were eating. It was so annoying, and I'm going for that he killed his family, but well, going to have a seminar about it tomorrow. Hopefully we'll figure that out. So that is what I've done today. I wanted to share that with you because you care about that. And let's get back to this game. As you know, the opening is quite boring, so I choose to tell a small story of my day instead. Getting my early hatch, getting my spawning pool, the usual stuff, going with Spanishivas build. My second queen is popping out, and nothing much is going on. He's walling off with the 3 marines, and he's not walling off at all down here. It's just a straight walk in the park right into his base if I want to right now. Gearing up, he decides to not spend any money at all. That is of course great news for me. I'm trying to do that, and I'm doing it better than him at least. And let's see what I'm kind of suspecting that he's going to put down command center right about now. Maybe should have. He can if he wants. And he's actually going Hellions. There we go. Finally his expansion is down. You should build that a lot earlier, I would say. And he's just poking around a bit with a few marines. I will go out, see what's going on with my 2 first sets of Zerglings. I do see both Hellions, I see marines, and I am running back, losing 1 Zergling to that. Very valuable information, and I will directly move up my queen here and get my second one down there, because I want to be able to block the ramp. I don't want any Hellions into my base, of course not. Putting down 2 spine crawlers, I will do just fine. I'm moving down my queens. He could actually do a run by right now, but he decides not to, and I am able to shoo him away. Feeling happy, feeling strong, feeling like I do not know how to macro while playing or fighting. But there we go. He decides to go for a run by, but then he decides to, well, I'm not doing that, and I am able to kill some of his forces off. So I do feel quite alright right now. Still continuing to drone up as much as possible. As you can see, I'm already over 10 food ahead. Getting 2 gases. Should probably get 2 down here as well as soon as possible, but I am so slow right now. He's poking in again with 1 Hellion, getting that one as well. So my defense is holding really good right now, and his macro is worse than mine. And I am so happy about that, because otherwise I would have been in a lot more trouble. So let's see what's going on. We can maybe get the production tab up as well, and he's getting his orbital command on his expansion, so that one is finished. Finally, I'm getting 6 more drones, not 6 more drones, and 6 in Swedish of course means 6. So yeah, we like to have the same words for things. It is basically the same that we have the same word for poison and marriage. And well, it is kind of the same thing as well. So yeah, I think that is appropriate. Getting my 3rd spine crawler as well. I want to be safe here if he decides to push up my ramp. I do have a couple of queens, got some starlings, I will be able to block it. And he's getting a starporter. What am I doing about that? I am not doing anything. Well, I'm getting my lair finally. Getting it down at my expansion. It is not as vulnerable as my main, because you can put tanks there, jump up here, and it can be really, really annoying. And if I lose this base, I'm probably going to lose the game anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And I am getting few spine crawlers here, spore crawlers rather, getting 2 in my main, 2 at my natural. He's scanning and he sees nothing. If you check what he is seeing, he just see 1 expansion and 2 evolution chambers, and 1 of course my auxiliary hatchery, getting my 3rd down here as well. So he is completely blind on what I am doing right now. And of course he did see my spore crawlers. He knows that I am quite alright against banshees, and he still struggles with his money. And of course I do that usual as well, but not that hard anymore. I'm trying to work on it, at least this early, and somehow he's pulling ahead a lot in the food count. Look at the, no, I can't actually use short keys. There we go. I'm not pulling ahead as far as I should right now. If you check, all these starlings could of course been drones instead, and decide to spread a lot of creep. I should probably get a lot of drones now. I do feel safe. There's really nothing he can do to me right now, and I decided to go for some upgrades instead of economy game right now. You heard this base as well, and I'm getting my spire. 24 starlings. I'm not sure why. Could have been 12 drones instead, but well, I probably felt quite insecure right now. And he's going in with a drop, 3 Hellions, and they are not blue flame Hellions, and that is something I'm very, very happy about. He managed to sneak about here, and let's see what he does with these 3. He actually managed to kill quite a few of my drones, and that is of course annoying. I'm hunting him down here with my starlings, my queens as well. So I don't think that was worth it at all, since, well, I lost quite a few drones. Let's see if we look at the, what is it? Control R, maybe? Yeah, there we go. He actually killed 10 of my workers. That is of course a bit annoying. So I decided to move out, poke a little, see what's going on. Checking this tower, should probably take this one as well. Kill this Hellion because I can. And he is actually pulling ahead so much right now. I didn't realize it when I was playing. I felt quite alright at this point. It was like, yeah, I'm doing okay, but I do a lot of gas of course, and I am supply capped. That is annoying. But I did felt alright. Should not have felt that way. Apparently he's getting his 3rd as well, about the same time I am, so, and I would like to be 1 base ahead at least, but I am not. And this is course something great. I'm poking in here from behind. I see these 4 tanks quite undefended, and I am able to kill 4 tanks and then run away. That is great news for me. I do see Stallion as well, but I decide to... Well, I do not... I was hoping that he would go past here, but he didn't. And I am getting Mutalisks. Finally, something to harass with. He's been bunkered up in his natural for so long, and I have not been producing in a decent way. And as you can see, he's still quite far ahead, and so much money. He could be very, very far ahead right now, and I'm not playing as well as I should, getting some banelings because I can. I was actually afraid of this push. I didn't see this 3rd base, and as you can see, he's getting a lot of towers because he has something in his base that, and of course, is very annoying for him. Decided to kill 1 more there. Should probably kill these marines as well. Should be no problem, but I decided, well, I'm not sure what I'm doing right now. Just flying around, feeling happy, and he's moving in with 2 dropships towards my 3rd base here, and he will drop and he will hurt me quite a lot with this. And of course, this is only Jones popping out. He kills everything for me, and that hurts a lot. And I actually decides to not go for this. As you can see, he's positioned really, really great here. I'm actually getting 48 Zerglings because I decide to get mad at him for some reason. Do not want to take this fight around the minerals. I will lose a lot of things, so I am sacking my 3rd base. As you can see, I'm gearing up quite heavily right now, and of course I should right now just take my Zerglings, run in here and kill everything off. It would be nothing he could do, and I'm actually managing to get closer and closer in food. Funk out. I didn't do that much damage right here, but enough for him to be, well, sad. And I am moving up with all my Zerglings. I did see that he was moving up here, and I will be able to pick some of his units off as well. And there we go, we'll get this last marine as well. And this is a good time to get your 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th base up quite rapidly, since he is gathering his forces. And as you can see, the only reason I am not just smashed right now is because his macro is quite awful actually. But he's getting a few more barracks to be able to spend his money. And in the meantime, I'm getting my 3rd once again, getting a 4th as well up here. And I do have a lot of tumors to probably spread my creep even more. And he's still ahead, but not by far anymore. I am slowly getting well, catching up. Let's say getting 6 more Jones. If you look at the unit sub right now, I do have 40 Jones. He has 60 SCVs, so his economy is a lot greater than me. I'm poking in here. I do see this expansion. I'm killing the SCV just to be annoying. I'm flying down here and I see a lot of turrets, so I decide to not take that way, because that is not a safe way to go at all. And I'm poking in here, seeing what's going on, and I will be able to be annoying, killing 1 of his tanks, damaging a 2nd one, and I decide to run away. 1 free tank is always good news, especially when you're behind, as I currently am quite a lot. So nothing much going on right now. I'm getting 23 drones. I decide to now is the time to drone up. I got my expansion up once more. I do have a quite heavy force here that can deal with some pressure at least. And I decided to go into his base. His mineral line is quite well defended, but the rest of his base is not. And he has tanks on the way. That doesn't really bother me at all. I'm able to kill that. I was actually a bit afraid of Thor's popping out here, so I decided to go for his factory instead. I do see all these marines, and apparently I decided to take the fight. They were a bit stimmed, of course, and I do have quite a lot of mutalisks, so they are all going down. And suddenly I am ahead in food. I'm not really sure what happened, but it is great news for me. I do see this dropship flying around, and of course I did cancel my base up here, but this base is getting saturated, and this time I'm getting spine crawlers quite a lot. We'll get a few in the back as well to be able to defend this in a proper way. And my Mutalisks were able to deal quite a lot of damage to him, actually. As you can see, there is a gap here. He got one Thor out, but not before I was able to kill his thing, I would call it, and run away. And as you can see, he's spending a lot of money on these turrets, and I'm actually not producing Mutalisks anymore. I don't think I will do it for the rest of the game, actually. Instead, I'm getting my hive. And let's see, the upgrades are 2-2 right now. I will be able to get 3-3 melee. And of course, when you get your hive tech, you can get the one and only, you can get the Ultralisks, and they are such a great unit. I do really, really love them. Despite they're not as good as I wish they were, they're still quite good. And I'm poking around here, seeing what's going on. I do see all these turrets, and I'm trying to find the sweet spot for myself to be able to kill this. And it looks like I will take some losses, but his command center at his expansion will fall, and all these Mews will be wasted on nothing. There we go, and he's supply capped as well. I do see the Marines running up, and I decide to take the flight and fly away. And as you can see, I'm getting a lot of Zerglings right now, 74 more Zerglings. If you look at the units tab, I do have 62, only 62 drones. That is a bit strange. I think I lost quite a few, because when I watched the stats for this game, I actually produced over 100 drones. So maybe if you do it like this, Control R, oh, I've only lost 24 workers, so yeah, not that much yet. Maybe I will get more. So I do have 152 links, a few Mutalisks, a lot of Queens, some Banelings if he decides to push, and let's go back to production. I am getting my Ultralisk Caravan, +3 should of course get Adrenal Glands. I actually forgot that. Not very good. It is such a great upgrade when you got +3 and even faster attack speed. The Zerglings deal insane amounts of damage then. Trying to spread my creep, flying it around, getting it a bit wider out. Feeling happy, hoping to survive, getting my 5th base up and running finally, and with the 5th I of course mean the 4th one. And this is, well, nothing much is going on. He's going quite heavily on the mech. A lot of Thors, because he's afraid of my Mutalisks. And I do know that it is quite usual. It often happens that if you poke around some Mutalisks, they will get a lot of Thors. And I do see that he's moving out due to my creep spread. He's scanning, he sees some Mutalisks, and I see his forces and decide to not take that fight. What will I do instead? I will get a few Banelings. Well, 100 Banelings, exactly. I think that is nice and sweet. And you know how Banelings is not a good counter against mech. That is not completely true. Going into my Zerglings first, take the first blast, and once there was tanks here, and now it isn't. My Baneling Ball Death is dealing insane amounts of damage to him, and well, currently we both are dropped quite a lot, but once again I'm able to produce quite a lot of Zerglings. I do have some Ultralisks somewhere. Well, there we go, one. I do see all this. I'm able to kill his expansion as well. A lot of SVs is going down, and this Thor will die as well, and that was his whole force. And in the same time I was able to kill one expansion, of course almost mined out, but he was mining gas at least, so stopping that. Of course he do have a lot of gas and a lot of money as well. What he is lacking is structure and infrastructure to produce things, and I'm moving in with my Zerglings now as well. I do know that I kill a lot of his forces. I do poke up here, see a planetary fortress, and decides to not take that fight at all. Instead I'm going for these factories. My Ultralisks are moving in as well. And I decide to go for this Thors because that is what he has left right now. And in the meantime, producing 26 more Zerglings. And he's actually dropping my base down here, taking a lot of damage. But I decide to not go and try to defend that. He has one puny tiny marine, and that base is dead anyway, so I am just keeping the pressure onto his base here. He's trying to get an expansion up once more, but my Ultralisk is just wreaking havoc here. 9 kills so far. This one has 2, so he's not that manly, of course. I'm poking into his main as well, producing nothing right now because I'm quite low on money actually. If you look at the unit, I only have 52 drones. Well, yeah, drones. So my income is quite crippled, a lot of gas. And he's getting a lot of factories right now, but that is so late. I'm poking in here, see what I can find. All these towers are wasted right now, cannot defend against me. Of course they are building a labyrinth, but that is not a big problem. And everything in his base is going down, and he does tap out. But I think I deserved a GG from that game. He was so far behind, but I was somehow able to get back into the game. And of course, a lot of it came back to his ability to not spend his money. But this fray right here, when I blasted his whole army with banelings, it was such a huge turning point. Got in just the right time. The Zerglings took the first hits. Everything was obliterated, and then I went up into his base. And finally, I was able to keep the pressure, kill him. Not a great game for my part. I do have problems handling these drops, and apparently I have a Ultralisk here as well because this one wasn't rallied. That was everything for tonight. It is time to render this, maybe upload it, and then it's time for bed. Thank you everybody, have a nice one, and goodbye.